All right, everybody. We want to get started here today. We know you're all busy, and it's been a big sacrifice getting you here today. We appreciate that. So we figured it'd be a good idea to kick this thing off with a raffle. Maybe how about a $500 gift card to Dick's Sporting Goods? Sound like a good one? All right. What's that, Jose? Oh, the bowl's right here. Okay. Hey, everybody outside, why don't you come in so you can listen if you're the winner. All right. So this is for a $500 Dick's Sporting Goods gift certificate. And the number is 989-1202. Anybody? 989-1202. All right, should we going once? Did you win? Oh, okay. Okay. You get it? Yeah. All right, man. What's your name? What's that? Hi. Congratulations. So head on back. Jose's got your gift card. All right. Well, hey, guys, this is really our most important, really our most important meeting of the year, where we get together and we refocus our energy and our attention on really the most important task that we all have, and that's being safe and making sure that all of our people get home every day in the same condition that they came. So we're really, glad and appreciative of all of you who took time to be here and support us, and then really want to take and thank the people that have also supported us as exhibitors and who have donated some of these great raffle prizes, which are awesome Yeti coolers, 55-inch TV, so some nice raffle prizes. And so we want to take a minute just to recognize these people who have supported us. So we've got Orr Safety, PCI, Sun State, DPS Security, Liberty Mutual, KHS&S, Rosen, ACO, Martin Brothers, Waxy, Onsite Health and Safety, Concentra, ASSP, and the Penta Precon team. So hey, let's give a big round of applause to all the folks who've supported us and who've been exhibitors here today and have contributed to making this event really what it is. We also want to take just a minute to recognize our executive management committee that made time to be here today, Penta's executive management committee, and I'd like to introduce them. So we've got Joel Wallace, who's Senior Vice President of Operations. You'll be hearing from him later. And Paul Duttmer, who's the Director of Los Angeles. And also Jeff Arrett, our CEO. So they traveled in to be here, and we're really appreciative of them. And with that said, we're going to go ahead and turn the time to Jeff Arrett, and he's got some things to say.
Good afternoon, barely. Thanks again, thanks for showing up. This is so important, and we do these kickoff events. We had one yesterday out in San Bernardino, one last week in Phoenix. The big one in Vegas is next week. But we certainly recognize this one's obviously the toughest one for people to get to. I'm always surprised at the traffic when I'm here, but I really hand it out for all of you to make the effort to get here. It means a lot to us that you take the time out of your day to do this. So again, I'm CEO. That's a new thing for me. I just moved to the CEO position a couple months ago. And a couple things I've learned about being a CEO, other than not being the president anymore, but the CEO. The big part is I get to be the chief second guesser. But when it comes to the CEO position, what I'm finding out is Number one, I get to cut out 90% of my meetings. And I get, and you know what? But these meetings and any safety-related meetings are in the 10% I hit, for sure, because it's the core, that's the business we're in. We're in the safety business. Construction is secondary, but safety is primary. And the other part of being a CEO is that I really need to focus on long-term strategy for the company and the direction Penta's going to head. But the easy part is that safety will always be the core and the heart of our long-term strategy. So that's easy, and we just build our long-term strategy about how we can be the safest contractor out there. And so, again, these meetings are really huge for us, and it's great to see all of you here, and the fact that you're participating, and it's early in the year to get our heads on right, and try to have a spectacular year with all zeros in terms of the numbers when it comes to safety. So with that said, I'd like to bring up Paul Duttmer, our LA area manager and director.
Thanks, Jeff. How's everybody doing today? Good? All right, thanks for coming out, guys. It's an exciting time to be in construction. I mean, it's a thriving economy. There's a lot of great things happen, a lot of great projects out there. But what does that mean? That means a lot of man hours involved in these projects, which means a lot of hours dedicated to being safe and exposed to hazards. So I want to cover 5 Ps right now that give you a little bit of insight in Penta's history towards safety, and then brings you to where we're at now and our partners, which is ultimately everybody in here. So I'm going to use the words we, our, and us. I mean everybody in here. That's Penta, that's our trade partners, that's material vendors, suppliers, that's everybody involved in our projects. That's what makes us successful. That's what allows us to do what we need to do on a day-to-day basis to really bring the projects together and make them a success. So P number 1, past. So these meetings that we do as our yearly kickoffs every year are extremely important. Over 10 years ago, we started these, and our first theme was Penta Cares, because that's absolutely right. Penta cares about everybody in this room going to a job site and leaving in the same shape or better. If you're not a morning person, you show up grumpy, hopefully you'll leave better in the afternoon. But you got to leave the project site the same way you showed up. That's caring about individuals. And that's what we do on a day-to-day basis, is we implement activities that show that we care. That's our past. Our performance, how did we do? We have to have metrics to measure how we're doing in order to understand where we need to improve, what we need to focus on to get better. Ultimately, Penta has a goal of 0 lost time incidents and 0 accidents and injuries. That's our goal, and that's our commitment to exactly that, is everybody has to leave the way they showed up. So how did we do? Last year, we ended with an IR DART rate, which is the metrics we measure, at a 0.89. A 0.89. The industry standard and the industry national average is over 3. Give yourself a round of applause for that. That's awesome. Less than 1. But again, our goal is 0, so we have work that can be done. We have approaches, different approaches, processes, policies we can put in place to reach that 0. So that brings us to the next P, is processes. We have daily work huddles. We have weekly safety meetings. We have monthly group safety meetings on our project sites. We have quarterly safety stand-downs. And then we have this yearly meeting where we get together and focus the year right, approaching safety in the right manner we need to make that year a success. We have the processes in place. So I'm asking each one of you, the processes that we have are in place to help us, but they can be improved. There's continual improvement that we can do. There's refinement that we can do. So please continue to review the processes, implement the things needed to continue to enhance them so we can hit that goal of 0. We're doing exceptional right now, but let's hit that goal. Let's get 0. The 4th P is public. So the market sectors we work in, hospitality, higher education, and healthcare, we're exposed to the public in all facets that we do. And honestly, construction is a it's cumbersome to an owner. The owner wants the end result. They want that finished project, but during construction, we're a nuisance. We got to build our bubble. That's what we call it, is building our bubble around that project site to keep our activities in, to keep the dust, to keep the workers in, and keep the public out. Protect ourselves and help protect them at the same time. That's extremely important. The fifth P is partners. That's all of you. So all these 5 Ps, the past, the performance, the processes, the public, and now the partners, that brings us full circle in how we need to approach safety and how we need to create more success with safety. Thinking about those 5 Ps, the last one, partners. That's extremely critical to come together, everybody in this room to come together on a project as a partner in the process to enhance that project, because ultimately the number one way we measure success is safety. And if we can have a 0 incident, accident, injury rate on all of our projects, that's absolute success. Absolutely. So I'm going to introduce Joel Wallace. He's going to come up and continue with the partners. He's going to actually bring a few of our partners up and talk to them about what they're implementing in the industry right now and their approach to safety, and talk about some really cool things that they're doing.
Come on, round of applause for Paul. Okay, thanks, Paul. No, Paul's spot on. I mean, we contribute, it's a lot of man hours to the industry, but the bulk of it comes from all of our partners and trade partners, and we do look at it as one group with regards to safety. So on that note, we also like to hear from our partners. We learn a lot from them. They have some pretty impressive ideas and creative new ways to approach safety, and so we want to hear about those today. So like Paul and Brian said, we're all trying to, everyone to come to work and leave the same way they came, hopefully better. Maybe I can get off blood pressure medicine. And so, but the first gentleman I'd like to call up is Patrick Lamar from Rosen. He's a safety manager. See? Good student, front row. There you go. How you doing, Patrick?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Okay. We got a good question here to start off with. So what are your thoughts on OSHA's 2017 Beryllium rule, where they found individuals sensitized through either the dermal or inhalation exposure pathways respond to beryllium through the formation of beryllium protein complexes? That's a good one.
Rod, I'm seriously hoping that's not the question I'm being presented with. So
So-
I'm going to go ahead and exit right out that back door.
Oh yeah, that was just a test question. Here's the real question.
That was a good one.
Okay, Patrick. I think you needed a lifeline on that one. Anyone got it out there? So, okay. What have you seen over the last few years that has had the biggest impact on safety? What things have you done that have had the biggest impact on your employees?
Well, some of the initiatives that we've taken, because the industry is very busy at this time, is we have an apprentice development portfolio card that we introduced to a new hire that is a tool to help us help them. Basically what I mean by that is it tells us what they're capable of doing before they put boots on the ground. In addition to that, we have a new hire checklist. We use a database called safetyreports.com, and within 7 days of the date of hire, that new hire is interviewed by the direct supervisor to ensure that they understand what their role is on the job site, what our expectations are with respects to safety. In addition to that, we also have a couple different color hard hat stickers. We have a 0 to 30 that lets any of our supervisors know how long they've been with us. And once they complete the 0 to 30, we have a 31 to 60 day sticker that goes on their hard hat. Also, everybody within our organization has the ability to stop work. At the date of hire, they are issued a stop work card. Regardless of the classification of the individual, whether they be at the corporate level, a construction electrician, wireman, an apprentice, every individual within our organization has the authority to stop work. In the 6 years that I've been with Rosen, we haven't used the card once. The reason being is because it should be stopped at our level. We have a couple supervisors sitting in front of me, Eric Svoboda and Eric Johnson, and we're confident with the training that they received that they understand the importance of safety and the importance of sending their employees home each and every day.
No, appreciate it, Patrick. That's spot on. I mean, most of the incidents we see are definitely from new employees or from apprentices, so being able to identify them is a great point. I appreciate it, and thank you. Rosen's just a great safety partners are and do a great job for us, so thank you again.
Thank you.
Okay. Chris Jones with ATCO, safety manager. Is the feedback bad out there? Or? This one. Chris, how you doing?
I am excellent. How are you?
I'm doing great. Okay, so the Beryllium part 2 question.
I'm ready.
So, appreciate it, Chris.
No problem.
Your question: what are some of the safety initiatives that you have implemented to move your firm's safety performance to a world-class level? What challenges and results have you experienced?
Well, I would say like most other companies in here, ATCO is striving to have a world-class safety program, right? We're all trying to move that direction. And so what we've found that has helped us the most is getting executive level management involved in our safety program, right? And so one of the things we do, we have joint safety audits. As a matter of fact, tomorrow I have one with our superintendent of construction. And we're going to go out to a couple of our sites and walk the site together doing a safety audit. And that sends a message to our guys in the field that, hey, if the executive level and top management is concerned about safety, then it would behoove you to be concerned about safety as well. It took a little while to get that train going, but it's rolling out, and we see the difference because my other safety team members, I have Art and Vanessa out there supporting. We get a lot of calls from our foreman and general foreman now, whereas I would say about 3 years ago, those phone calls the phone was dead. No one was calling. And now we get phone calls, a couple of times a day. Hey, Chris, I need help with this, or I need help with that, or how do we do this safely? And so we're seeing that those joint walks translate into the field team engaging in safety with the safety department even more. And that's one of the initiatives that's helping us a whole lot. And it's really pushing us to that next level.
That's great. I mean, it makes all the employees feel that everyone at every level is approachable and they can talk about safety without feeling like it's some taboo to talk about or bring up issues.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
ATCO. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I could go on.
Huh? Okay, the third question. Kevin Hendry. We had a last minute change here. Where's Kevin? Oh. Enjoy the moment. How you doing, Kevin? Doing good. So, thanks for coming up.
No problem.
Your question. Has the concept of lean construction practices or prefabrication been implemented at your company, and what direct and positive effects has that had on safety?
Yeah, well, if you guys know lean construction, our lean construction concept, we all try to implement that on our job sites, meaning try to keep the floors, everything off the floors, keep everything clean and tidy, helps efficiency out. We've learned in our trade, and our actually subcontractor, what we do is our Panel Max, which is our panel shaped machine. That actually has elevated the industry quite a bit using the Panel Max. And what the Panel Max does is it helps eliminate safety by guys not having to use a knife, per se, or cutting. It's a machine that actually cuts the drywall, puts in the shape, glues it, and it gets sent out to the location. So with the Panel Max, it actually helps because we don't have drywall being stacked in locations. The drywall is actually in a remote area where we don't have to keep taking the drywall back and forth. Actually, the shape's being made, and then it's being transferred up to where it's being installed. So that's helped us out with also lean and safety at the same time.
Yeah, and I mean, on that is we're a firm believer that to be safe doesn't mean you lose productivity, and that's a great example is you are increasing your safety practice, but also being more productive. So they do go hand in hand. That's a misnomer in our world that
Right.
somehow safety and productivity are interrelated somehow. So, but that's a great point.
Yeah, we didn't fight with it, but a lot of the foremen, as you guys know, and I've actually been in the trade since 1990 as a foreman. I've been an apprentice, ran work. I actually worked with Eric and a lot of familiar faces out here with you guys. It's tough to introduce a new concept to what you know and what you understand. So to try to teach these guys and our foremen and introduce something that's a new concept, whether it's lean, usually it always falls back on safety. And in me taking over safety management for our company, I've had to actually learn that because I'm used to the rush, go, 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 productive, trying to make the company money, get our percentages in. But I've actually had to talk to our foremen and explain to them how this is going to help, not just in production, but also safety. So a lot of times it's not always about production with us. Mark Brothers really prides himself on safety, and we obviously do with all you guys too. So it helps out if we can get the word across to our field what this is going to do for the company production-wise and also safety. So, and all in all, it helps out with doing the free fabrication.
No, that's spot on. I appreciate it, Kevin. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Round of applause for all the individuals that were brave enough to come up and give us their views on safety. Along with wanting to hear from all of our trade partners and all their experiences and the innovative things they're doing to keep their employees safe, we also want to recognize and reward them because we've had a lot of subcontractors this year that have done a fantastic job and need to be recognized. So we are going to do a couple awards here for the region. And the first one is our Safety Innovator winner, somebody that came up with something that can either remove a hazard or reduce the risk of it. And first one for Safety Innovator. And there was just one. It's Mike Marshall at Lamar. It's at Thatcher School. Is he here? Oh, come on up here. Give you a round of applause. Yeah. So, Mike and the team has done a fantastic job at Thatcher, and Mike innovated a bucket to screen the dirt in place, which just removes all the transportation and the additional hazards that come with that. And just want to say I really appreciate it. We all thought it was a pretty novel idea and reducing travel and potential risk with equipment and everything else. So.
We live in a boneyard up there, so you had to do something.
Oh, yeah. You have a lot of experience in it, but I got an award here for you and a gift card, and just want to tell you thank you personally. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Okay. Next up, we've got our safety leader, individuals or groups that have really shined, and this is a pretty lengthy discussion amongst the safety team, our operation personnel that really go through these, and they all nominated Glenn with Mitsubishi, David with Berg, Wayne and Murray, and Matt with West Coast Power. So just to be nominated, I mean, there's a lot of people having discussion about this and recognized just to get on this list. So round of applause for all the nominees. And the only problem is there's going to be one winner. And that is Wayne Hutt Murray. Congratulations. Now, Wayne, I mean, the group, I mean, has said that Wayne's just been an exceptional leader and very open to new safety practices and always mindful and does a great job planning. So thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Wayne, all right. My name is Travis Trumbo. I'm one of the safety managers for Murray Company. He wasn't able to come here today. He had a shutdown at USC where he was recognized for this, but he does want to pass a word. Thank you, and he does appreciate it.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate that. Don't tell Wayne thank you again, and just go ahead and keep the gift card and don't tell Wayne about that. Okay, the next award is Subcontractor of the Year, and we have Mitsubishi, Berg, Murray, GD Heil, and West Coast Power. Again, a big round of applause. These subs have been exceptional in safety this year. And the winner is GD Heil. Yeah, GD Heil, I mean, throughout all Southern California has done a lot of work this year, and as we all know, demolition is very, very dangerous trade, and they've been exceptional just with their performance, and their people take it very seriously, and it's been a pleasure to work with them. So, Francisco, I appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, man. And so next up is going to be Rod Weber, our Director of Safety, and you guys are in for a treat. Rod? Race day is here, Rod.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. Hopefully I don't get any feedback. Let me shut this mic off so we don't. You did. All right, everybody's awake still? All right, cool. What do you say we do a raffle? Let's raffle off an item here. What do you say? How about a hockey jersey here? For the Kings, hopefully. I don't think it comes with tickets. That's the only deal. It's not season tickets unless one of our vendors wants to donate season tickets along with this jersey. That you guys can coerce them later. But so let's do a jersey. So get your tickets out. And before we jump into our presentation here, so Jose, can you draw a ticket for us in the back, please, sir? And then just shout out what the numbers are. Or you have a microphone back there. You're mic'd up. I love it. So for the jersey, drum roll, please. And the winner.
Winner number is 2401395.
2401395.
That is it.
Does it say Rod on the back? No.
No, it says Jose. Never mind.
All right, we have a winner. Sweet. From Martin Brothers, too. That's awesome. Hopefully that'll fit you to 5X. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, congratulations, man. Thanks for coming. Hey, we have another gift here from one of our vendors. Awesome. So here, what I'm going to do is have you put this in the back, if you'll give that to Jose back there, and then we're going to raffle that off. He's going to go through the whole list. Thank you, though. That bag she has is worth about $500 worth of fall protection equipment. So the way we're doing our raffles today, guys, we're going to raffle off a couple items. I'll raffle off one more here in just a second. But we have a lot of vendor-donated raffle items. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have Jose start pulling out tickets as I'm talking. He's going to tape them onto the prizes. And at the end of the presentation, he's going to put a list of all the winning numbers up, and you guys can just look at your tickets and see if your number matches, and if it does, you can go back there and see Jose and claim your gift. And we have some pretty cool gifts back there. As I said, that one bag alone is worth $500 for all that fall protection equipment. So that's awesome. Unless you're a dirt guy, you don't deal with fall protection, then maybe you can sell it or do something. Put it on eBay, I don't know, Craigslist, offer up. So let's do one more, though. I'm going to save the 55-inch TV for Paul to raffle off here at the end. What do you think, Paul? Should we save that one? But how about that $500 Yeti cooler back there? That thing's nice, huh? Do we have any outdoorsmen or outdoors folks here that would like to have a Yeti cooler? I'll never buy one myself. That's above my pay grade. But it'd be nice to win one, right? $500 Yeti cooler. All right, Jose, let's draw another name. Let's draw another raffle ticket here. Dig down deep and get the one that says RODD. All right. And the winner is, drum roll.
Here we go again. Winning number 9491418.
9491418.
989-1418.
8675309.
Going once. Going twice.
Do we have a winner? Do we have a winner? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Do we have a number? 989 in the back. 1418?
That is it.
Yeah, so you're going to see Jose for your Yeti cooler. Woo, congratulations. You can pick it up afterwards if you want. You could just get it afterwards so you don't have to lug it across here and have it on your table. Everyone will be drooling over it all the rest of the time. All right, so congratulations to you guys that won. That's awesome. And we do have, like I said, we have a whole bunch more. Jose's going to raffle those off, right? You're going to pull tickets, create a list at the end, and then we'll save the TV for Paul, and we'll have the big grand finale raffle for that. But anyways, I'm so glad you guys are all here today. As you can tell, we had a lot of seats. We were expecting even more people. It's hard to estimate, how many people are going to show up. We had 150 slated for yesterday's event in San Bernardino, and we had like 240 show up. So I came in last night and I said, we better add more tables just in case and more lunches because I didn't want to be short. So if you guys are still hungry, we have extra lunches out here. That's the good news. All right? The bad news is everyone has to help clean up after. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. All right, so anyways, race day's here. What do we mean by race day? I think Paul kind of talked about it a little bit when he said, listen, it is an exciting time to be in construction because right now it is booming. If you guys haven't noticed, there's a lot of work going on right now, and there's a lot of work coming up in the next few years. So listen, we kind of used the analogy this year of revving the machine, the safety machine, right? Revving the machine in 2019. It was cool because it rhymed, but it was really cool because it's what we're doing right now. We are revving the machine. Because right now, with all the work we have going, it is time to really put the pedal to the metal. So one of the things we want to talk about today was it's time to ignite. It's time to get people on fire for safety. All of you here are leaders in the construction industry. Whether you're in safety, whether you're in operations, whether you are an executive, you are a leader and you are a change maker in the construction industry. And so right now, if we can get all of you in this room fired up about safety and we can ignite the fire in you for safety, then we are going to have a successful year going forward, right? It just makes sense because the message that you guys hear, that you hear here today, that you can take and share that with other people. And you guys can ignite the fire in them about working safe and the value in working safe. Right? Because it's not just every person goes home safe. That is first and foremost what it's all about. But there's also a lot of secondary benefits that come along with that, right? We have lower insurance and we have more opportunity to work. Because listen, if you're a bad contractor, do people want to hire you? If you're unsafe and you have a lot of injuries, no. But if you have a great safety record and you are on fire for safety, that word gets out. And general contractors like us, for instance, and like many others that I know, I have friends from all other contractors, trust me, they want to work with subs that are on fire and people that are on fire for safety and that you are ignited about safety right now. So that's what today's about. Today's about heating up your tire. Rev your engine and heat up your tires. Because you know what those hot, sticky tires will do on the track? Keep you from sliding all over the place, right? Because how many of you guys ever watch drag racing or funny cars and you watch those things and they take off and all of a sudden the car slams into the K-rails because those tires just they can't stick, right? There's too much power. But it's time for us to be prepared. And so part of that preparation, you guys, in coming today is that we need to think about increasing what we're doing. Increasing. Because if you think about what we do, we've been kind of in a lull here the past few years. If you guys weren't aware, we had a couple years ago, a few years ago. Starts with an R and ends with an Eshin. Yeah, vacation. a recation. Yeah, we had a big recession, right? And a lot of companies went out of business. I'm sure you guys know of other contractors that actually went out of business. They couldn't weather the storm. And no knock on them, it was just a tough time for a lot of people. And I know our work went down a lot. We went from $10 billion a year to $8 billion. It was rough, trust me. I'm just kidding. We've never done $8 billion. But it's on its way, I think, right, Jeff? That's the direction we're going. But safely. We're going to do $8 billion safely someday. But listen, no, we all went through it. We all hit that recession. And listen, it was tough. And a lot of people had to diversify. A lot of people went other states and tried to find work. We did, right? We went to Oklahoma and we did some work there, and we went to Oregon, and we went to Atlantic City. We were all over the place. And it was a lot of traveling. So, but listen, it's time to increase right now because the workload is here again, right? Glory, hallelujah, there's work again. And we're all going to be fat and happy soon. And so the cool thing is we need to put the pedal to the metal. We're coming out of a slow corner, and we're hitting a fast straightaway. And it is time to increase. It's time to increase everything you've been doing. It's time to step it up and really increase. So part of that increasing is what? We need to invest. We need to invest in people. We need to invest in equipment, and we need to invest in training. Now make sure that our people are trained. I think it was Patrick what you talked about when you said that you guys have a training program. And you're color coding guys hard hats, and you guys have a pretty intensive training program for your new people, which is excellent, right? It's not assuming that people come to work for you and they know what they're supposed to do. Because it's easy to say, well, listen, I hired this guy, he was a journeyman, he should have known what to do. But does he know exactly the way you want to do it? Does he know your company's culture? Does he know that your emphasis on safety is maybe a little bit more than the last company he came for? He won't know unless you tell him. But if you can tell him, and if you can train him, and if you can get the right people, and I know it's tough right now. There's a shortage of good people. How many of you guys in this room have tried to find people recently and have had a tough time? Because we have, and I see a lot of hands in this room, and we've had the same challenge. And so we've stole a lot of people. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of. But listen, it is hard finding good people, but they're out there. You got to dangle the carrot and get them in. I don't know how it happens, but we've been very fortunate and blessed to have some really good people join our team. And it's going to help us have a successful 2019 and 20 and beyond. But listen, we've got to invest in people. We've got to get the right equipment for people. It's time to start engineering the hazards out, right? I like what Kevin said, and I think this is an important point, right? With the Panel Max system, right? Isn't that what it's called? Which is a great idea, right? It's prefabbing things, right? I know a lot of our contractors here, you guys prefab your stuff. When it comes out, I know like our steel contractors, and they send the steel out, it's already set up with horizontal lifelines on it, right? It's already set up, ready to go. And the cool thing is we can engineer out a lot of the hazards that way. But let's have the right equipment. Let's invest. Let's get the best out there. Let's let our folks succeed. Because, listen, there's not a disadvantage to having people safer on the job. It only helps production. Trust me. We've seen it and we've proved it. The other thing is, again, with that training, there's a lot of different people out here that have training. A lot of our vendors here, you know, KHS&S has a great training program, and Martin Brothers has a great training program. Liberty Mutual has great training available. You know, SunTech and SunState and all these different vendors and suppliers that we have. It's excellent that you guys have good training, and we should take advantage of that. And I guarantee you there's not a safety guy in this room that if you ask them, hey, what are you guys doing for this type of training, that they wouldn't share that information with you. And that's important because part of what we're doing here today is being able to network and exchange business cards, not just so you can meet someone and say, hey, man, here's my business card. No, it's so for future reference, so you can call that person and say, hey, remember when we met at Penta's thing? I wanted to ask you and just pick your brain. What do you guys do for this? We're in a different situation now. We haven't done a lot of excavation work. What do you guys do for excavation safety? Or, hey, we're doing some roofing jobs, and we're not really sure what some of the hazards are with that and what some of the new systems are. I think what Mike created up there at Thatcher was excellent. I mean, that was so innovative, right? Because we see that all the time where we have a backhoe or a front end loader and they're picking up dirt and they're driving it all the way across site and they're over here and they're dumping it on a screen and they're shaking it out and then they have to drive all the way back across the site. Listen, why can't you just do it right there in place? It minimizes that exposure to heavy equipment on the job site. Is heavy equipment on the job site a hazard? Absolutely it is. So listen, there's ways of training people and using these people in this room to benefit your own company by improving on what you're training and tapping into what they're doing. The other thing we need to do is improve. We need to constantly be improving. So listen, you might be an awesome Ferrari or Lamborghini race car, and you're great on a track. But listen, you put you off-road, and you're not going to do so well, right? Put you through the mud, it's not going to go so well. You'd rather have a 4x4 in the mud than you would having a Ferrari. So listen, we need to be able to modify and adapt. You need to be able to change. You need to be able to look at what you're doing and say, man, how can we do that a little differently to fit the need of the job site or the project or the contractor that we're working with? Or even just the type of work that we're doing. Maybe it's a slightly different project than what you're used to, or the process is a little different. And so you say, listen, we need to make some adjustments here. And so having the ability to be flexible and make adjustments on the fly, and even as a company, is going to benefit you in the long run. So the ability to improve on what you're doing. We're always making improvements, right? If you don't improve, if you're not growing, then what are you doing? You're dying. That's like people that don't market their companies. I don't understand that, right? Because you're either going to market your company now to get business, or you're going to market it later to have somebody buy it because you're going out of business. So we constantly have to be improving. We have to look for opportunities to improve. And that's what we're here all about today. There's so many great minds. There's so many people here with tons of experience, way more than me, way smarter people, way more experienced people that you can tap into here to look for opportunities to say, how are you guys doing this? What have you guys done for that? And improve and make those modifications and adapt. And lastly, you know what we're here for? We're here to inspire every single person here to go out and be safer and to do jobs better and to be more successful. Because have you ever noticed that when teams win, when they can find that way to win, that all of a sudden that path becomes more clear and they suddenly start to win more often? It's almost like, you know, when you drive to someone's house for the very first time and you get there and you're like, God, it seemed like it took forever to get there because you didn't really know the way. But then when you go back a second time, all of a sudden it's like, man, I just zipped there. It seemed like half the time to get there. Because now what's the difference? You know the way. So listen, there's a lot of people here that have had great success with safety. There's people in this room that have had better IR and DART rates than us. There's people here that have probably done more work even and had more success than we have. And so that's why we invited all of you great minds and all of you great partners to be here with us today, to inspire each other, because success breeds success. The more successful you are, the more successful you become. And so that's what we're here to do. We're here to inspire. And listen, along with that success will come people that will bandwagon and they'll jump on board and they'll say, yes, I want to be part of your team because you guys are successful. And so that's what we're doing today. We're giving you the opportunity to come here today as our partners and to be inspired, to go back to your companies, to go back to your crews and say, hey guys, we just heard a great message about safety and we want to share it with you. And we're going to make a commitment this year to be the very best company that we can be and to be better than we ever have been. And if everyone here would commit to that, do you know what next year would be like? We'd be waving that checkered flag next year, and we'll be waving it, and everyone will be a winner because we'll come through first on race day, right? So race day's here, you guys, and we appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully you guys do feel inspired today. Hopefully you guys leave here with a little bit more knowledge and a little bit more desire to have a great, successful, and safe year. So with that, I'm going to bring Paul back up. He's going to wrap it up. He's going to raffle off this killer TV. And then we're going to send you guys out of here, and we're going to have a safe, successful year, and we're going to keep revving the machine in 2019, all right? Thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys coming.
All right, if that doesn't give you revved up, check your pulse. That was awesome. Good job, Rod. Hey, give a round of applause for all the vendors, material suppliers, and everybody that came out, set up their booths. Appreciate you guys for coming out. Look, the biggest part of this meeting is to take away that safety is number one, and focus 2019 on being safe and keeping that at the forefront as we all move forward together in this busy market. So appreciate you all for coming out. I know it takes a lot of your day up to come here over lunch, but give yourselves a round of applause. Thanks for coming out, guys. Really appreciate it. All right, who wants to win a TV? All right, you ready, Jose?
Ready?
A 55-inch Vizio. Let's hear that number.
All right, winning number 2401390.
2401390. We got a winner? We got a winner right here. Congratulations. 55-inch Vizio. All right. Hey, thanks again, guys. Jose's going to pop up all the winners of the rest of the raffles on the screen. Please check your numbers. Make sure you guys confirm if you have anything. Come back here in the corner to meet Jose for all your prizes to take with you. But again, thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Drive safe.
Hey, if you didn't get lunch or you just got a long drive home and you'd like something to snack on, please get rid of all those lunches that are in the lobby.